what point does someone else get to control your will? That is the question I would ask another man or woman who tried to harm or cause loss or fraud to me by fulfilling an order. They're not above it. Their suit does not protect them. They are going to be held personally liable because the person is the of each person of the one song of this universe. Sound comes from sound as the root. It's the one who can actually toot. Oops. Just kidding. But I have a little laugh today too, and seriously. No suit is going to protect any man or woman taking the boot to another man or woman. And any man or woman that thinks that their suit does protect them, it only does against a person that doesn't exist because it is a legal fiction. And a legal fiction only exists if we give it our power, because that's what an entity does. It steals energy from something living. Vampiric, parasitic, yes. So, I just wanted to send this message because of the madness that is happening in Ottawa right now. And I was thinking about, in my own situation, if any of the officers that I'm aware of locally on Sunday in Port Dover, I've scheduled a monthly meetup, peer support on the pier, just to create a space where we can come together as men and women and stand in common unity and not be alone, and to bring matters together that need to be discussed in community, and to ultimately do it by the lighthouse on the pier in Port Dover, because that is what we are, as the ones that see the truth, which is the light, and are willing to stand for it and not fight specifically, though that is what this world calls for us to do, as the way that we can actively move through what is going on. But this is where I say that we must truly actually do the inner work now. And I say this from the perspective that our emotions are the things that need to move as much as anything. Hold the line, yes, and also recognize the line within yourself is your self-image. That is the glass ceiling that you will always hit. And if you see yourself to be a person, your lid is going to be in the public lower than as a man or woman in our private capacity. Think about a person, if this isn't clear to you yet, as what is under in the hierarchy of creation. Energy's on top, man or woman's under that, government under that, cops, courts, councils under that, corporations under that, and then the person in a little box underneath of the boxes of the corporation, the municipal government, the provincial government, the federal government, all of which is under the public jurisdiction. Juris, of right or of law, diction, what a spoker wrote. And ultimately, if a person is in that little box and a man or woman is on top, and that man or woman and the person actually are the same because of the joinders made, until the man or woman knows how to say, I do not consent to dropping my standing to stand understand anyone that is in the public wearing a suit that protects them with limited liability, and ultimately puts all of the liability onto the man or woman that would be paying, that they are fulfilling an order to breach or trespass against. Ultimately, stop agreeing to be your person. All the truckers, any protesters, those are statuses. A status is just like that little person in the box underneath all the boxes of the corporations, which it's all corporations. This is an attempted corporatocratic takeover. So I just was thinking about those men or women, and I decided to sing, and then I decided to laugh, and I hope that that sparked some laughter and joy in your day. And then also want to say that if you are choosing to do anything against the grain, you need to use a lawful notice, which is the first step in a multiple step process. Your notice just notifies others of the rights that you have claimed, which would be best in your best interest to include, which actually is a term in legalese that excludes what is not included, which is why Aboriginal, which includes the terms of Indian and Métis and Inuit and all the other statuses, which are terms, that were clumped under Aboriginal, it was one-sided, so anything promised to any of those terms or statuses did not transfer in the conjoining of them. So instead of agreeing to be your person, you claim the right to, I am the woman commonly known as Laura Hamilton in my private capacity with all common law rights at all times. Reserved at all times. Frag! And then it's all too much because I've diverged over onto a more detailed something than what I needed to do. So I just want to invite you to come out Sunday and we'll stand in open air, which I do not believe conflicts with any BS that would be written in the corporate doctrine that would tell me to be less than I am and you too, but we say no. It doesn't apply to me because I claimed my right to be the woman standing in my private capacity with all common law rights reserved at all times. So no thank you, and also don't agree to be the surety for your person because that's how they apply all of the liabilities or offers, which you don't have to accept, and yet I understand that many will be locked up and imprisoned, which was written in Event 201, like I said many times before, but oi, there's always more. And I'm just gonna wrap it up and say I hope you stay safe and healthy and you keep rising and lift your lid and feel the feels and be able and willing to love the part of you that is over in Ottawa, even if your physical body's elsewhere. Recognize that those are fractals, fragments of you that are there as I am too, and here we say it's time for us to feel the feels and then send love to them and us too, and let that be how we heal the world, by healing our own hearts, minds, bodies, and our will to be the change we seek. Laura J, namaste, namako for today. Have a good one. I send you love.